G'day everybody, Sean from Bourbon Brothers here. Hope you're well. Welcome to our October tasting videos. We're looking at our third bottle, the star of the show, the Woodford Reserve Masters Collection Chocolate Malted Rye. The Malted Chocolate Rye, it's a straight bourbon from Brown-Forman, distilled at the Woodford Reserve Distillery. Its first release was in October 2019. It comes in at 90.4 proof. No age statement on it. It's got a mash bill of 70% corn, 15% chocolate malted rye, and 15% distiller's malt. So twice a year, Brown-Forman's master distiller Chris Morris releases a special edition of Woodford Reserve called the Masters Collection. For each release, Morris changes some aspect of the whiskey making process, like the barrel type, the finish, the grain, the fermentation process, aging, location, style, proof. The fall release focuses on variation, while the spring release focuses on proof. In the fall of 2019 Masters Collection release, grain variation took center stage. According to Chris Morris, the rye malt was roasted to a level that its natural sugars caramelized into a dark chocolate note. And the moment you crack the lid on one of these, you certainly smell it. The Woodford Reserve Masters Collection always tries to bring a twist to the market every year, both in proof variation from the standard Woodford Reserve and unique mash bills and barrel finishes. Some years are better than others, such as the Cherry Smoked Wood Barley release in 2017, while other years, they don't quite hit the mark. Thankfully, the willingness of Brown-Forman to continuously experiment pays off, as this release delivers in ways that encapsulate what the line represents. Using chocolate rye grain in whiskies isn't a brand new concept. A good example of this is Balcones, who use a chocolate rye grain in their Balcones Texas Rye's mash bill. Where the Woodford chocolate malt rye exceeds though and truly differentiates itself is that it's a bourbon and it still has a mash bill containing 70% corn. However, it's not readily apparent that this is the case due to the rich, dark chocolate flavour profile that the sip delivers. Chocolate malted rye milks every single ounce of the 15% chocolate rye in the mash bill and delivers a flavour profile rarely seen in bourbon. It's really one of my favourite bourbons. I call it my dessert bourbon. Let's give it a crack. Yeah, nice dark copper. Pretty decent legs too. It's like somebody's baking a chocolate cake here. You get baking chocolate and light vanilla that interplay with a base of corn. Lightly lingering behind that are the smoked almonds, a little bit of oak and some green banana. The scent nicely sets up what's to come with a sip. However, a lower proof doesn't allow them to shine as brightly as they could be. Due to this, the nose comes across as just a little light. So that palate, you get the dry, dark chocolate that you would find from an 80% or higher chocolate bar, and cocoa dominates the palate. Further hunting, you get flavours of green peppercorn and a little bit of oak. The dark chocolate flavours, though, are clearly the star of the palate and do a spot-on job of delivering a pleasing profile without crossing into the land of bitterness that you sometimes find with intensely dark chocolate. Where the lower proof may have hurt the nose, it actually really allows the palate to be rolled around in your mouth with zero burn. So that finish, you get the dry chocolate again, oak and leather, they start off really strong. Dry is the name of the game though for the finish. Although dry in this case doesn't equate to bad, as all of these drier flavours are also light and airy, intermingling nicely together as they fade away, and the finish transitions to a dry oak with a dusting of chocolate powder. The long lingering finish is a highlight of this bourbon and it leaves you wanting to go back for another sip. Now look, as you're probably aware, there's a lot of shipping delays out there at the moment. Australia Post and the courier companies, they're all under the pump, especially in the eastern states where they're losing big chunks of their workforce who are in isolation because of COVID. We're doing everything we can on our end. We get our orders out the door as quickly as possible. But look, if you've got a package and you think, hey, this should be here by now, drop us a note. We'll do everything on our end that we can to help expedite it and get it to you. And once again, for those who are in WA, we are giving a free upgrade to express shipping with Australia Post for the next couple of months as they get through their peak period to really help you out with those shipping delays. So we're doing everything we can on our end. Stay patient, but hey, look, you've got something to look forward to when that box hits. So enjoy it. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Enjoy the journey. Cheers.
I'm impressed you got through differentiate.
Only just. About halfway through that word, I thought I was in trouble. Unique.